So, good day, sir. We are iTech and we are proposing our security policy. This is our presentation. Next. So, for our company background, iTech or Innovative Technologies was founded in 2022 as a Philippine-based tech company by a group of IT students. They aspire to create a quick and efficient way of purchasing computer parts and peripherals. They also offer reliable service for customers that need tech support on their own systems. We also offer different kinds of help on the customers that needed help for their system. Next. For the overview, iTech is a company that makes sure that all employees are well disciplined and ethical. The company also provides security to all sensitive information of the employees and the company itself to ensure that no attackers or sensitive information to leak out outside of the company. Also, each employees are ethical and well disciplined, and each workstations are also watched by the security team to ensure their safety and next.
So for the objectives, the proposed policy has the purpose to achieve the following. So safety and integrity. The company promises that the integrity of the site is strong and all the sensitive pieces of information that come and go from the company will be safe. Next is employees ethics. The company prioritizes the safety of information, and so is the employees ethics. The company make sure that everyone that disregards the security policy made by the company will receive their level of judgment and punishment. So next, customers comfortability. In terms of marketing, the company makes sure that the customers are comfortable with the company and also the website where they purchase various products. By introducing the company and the security policy every time the customers do a transaction, the customers will feel safe and proceed with the transaction. So next is the scope. The company security policy is the basic security that all the people inside the company are needed to follow. Since the company admits that this is not enough to secure all the information, and there is always a chance that things could go wrong, this is not enough reason to make the company fall. The company provides restrictive measures to apply in an event of conflicts. The policy will extend its protection to a network practice infrastructure network to of various hardware, software, networking facilities, and other instruments designed to aid the practice in the production, reception, storage, retrieval, and transmission of data. So next.
So security policy. The security policy implies a high level of strictness because it is important for a company to have security guidelines. This prevents digital and physical intrusions. If some employees are unethical in their jobs, this might cause problems for the company if safety protocols aren't followed. So the company promises to provide a security system and security guidelines installed on the company premises to protect its employees and assets from engaging in unethical activities. Okay, next. So the first type of security policy is integrity. Integrity is the ability to ensure that a system and its data has not suffered unauthorized modification. And the first example of this is backup and recovery. So this policy outlines the methods to ensure that data files are effectively backed up in order to prevent data loss. If data loss is detected, IT personnel are summoned to conduct an evaluation and investigation. The suitable backup medium will be determined by the IT staff in order to recover the data. And the second type of integrity policy is access control policy. Access control policy permissions are given to people who are allowed to access specified resources or data that are referred to as access control. Remote access to organization's network is an approved method of accessing remotely. With the shift to bring your own device assets and the desire of employees to telecommute or work while on the job or traveling for business, is a policy that extends to unsecured network locations is required. So next,
So next is confidentiality. So under the confidentiality, acceptable use policy. This policy, it is a policy practices or constraints that users needs to agree to protect information from the company. And next is logging and monitoring policy. This to monitor activities and applications that has been used in a company computer. This policy states what types of action needed to be logged into the computer in order to trace fraud and inappropriate uses of companies' computers. Next, next is availability. Under that is disaster control procedures. Disaster control. This policy a, is a prevention and guidelines when a company assets are in danger. And if the problem arises, the company will be forced to salvage other assets that are damaged or infected.
okay, so next availability is physical security policy. This policy will assist the iTech company in protecting its hardware, software, and data from exposure to anyone who may have an effect on the company's business or may damage physical assets intentionally or inadvertently. Okay, next.
Next is authentication. The purpose of this security policy is to verify the user when a user enters a server or a server wants to know exactly who is accessing the site and wanted to know their information. A type of authentication is password, fingerprint verification, and these types of authentication prevents from unauthorized users from accessing our system. So next. So there are also other security policies and services that we have implemented. First is vulnerability management policy. So this policy establishes the guidelines for reviewing, evaluating, applying, and verifying the system upgrades in order to reduce vulnerabilities in our system. To reduce the risk that may happen with each updates that can come with the updates in the system.
So security and BIOS protection. The company keeps track of every data and information that would go through our servers, and we ensure that every data will be scanned and will be secured thoroughly. Virus-infected machines should be kept off the network until a member of the iTech team has solved the problem. Next.
So next is the company visualization. So the first image is the sign up page. The company implemented a encryption method where the password are converted into hash text, then saving it into a company database for later use. Next is the login page. The login page will authenticate the user inputs, and if the username and password match from our database, it will proceed to the home page. So this is our home page. On the home page, this shows the featured products as well as the banners and such. Next is the product. So these are the products that we sell: chassis, processor, motherboards, graphics card, memory, power supply unit, and hard drive. So next is our services. So this page is where the user provides information on where they needed help by using the services page. Next is about us. This page consists of about the company, developers, and about the history of the company. Next is contact us. The user will see different frequently asked questions, and if they click it, the answer that came from the company website developers will show. So last is the cart. If the user added some products to the cart, the page will show the products and allows the user to modify the quantity of how much they wanted to order. So next,
Next is the floor plan. So the image above shows the proposed floor plan for the company serving current rooms. Next, the lunch area. This is the lunch area that was proposed, where people can relax and will be a waiting area. Next, this the entrance of the company consists of security and metal detector. Next, so this hallway with biometric scanner. This is the entrance to the hallway with security measures such as the biometric scanner. Next, hallways fire protection system. So this is the hallways entrance where we added security cameras and fire control measures. Next. So this is the proposed environment for the meeting room in our floor plan. Next. This is the IT department room, which had its own lunch area, and we also put fire control measures and security cameras on it. Next. So this server room, we also put fire control measures here, but we didn't put sprinklers here, so we can avoid damages on the servers, and we also put security cameras on it. That's all.
So next is the common tools. So each of these tools are used by our company to protect and secure our information and data. So firstly is the firewalls. So firewalls are the main defense of our company, as they can block viruses, worms, spam, and other unwanted internet traffic from attacking your systems. Without a firewall, the company wouldn't be able to detect impending dangers because you wouldn't be able to notice them. As a result, this malicious software or use attacks may be able to gain access to your devices. Next is the antivirus software. So it is another type of defense that will prevent, detect, and remove malware attacks in your device. Next is the intrusion prevention systems. The intrusion prevention systems is a network security tool used to monitor your network from malicious activity or to prevent attackers from entering your system and gaining control of your files. It is also used to scan the network for potential threats. Lastly is the data loss protection tool. So it is an important tool to protect your data from leaking or transmitting to unauthorized people. It is used to monitor your network to find and detect a threat in the network. After a threat is detected, it will warn the user about the attack and will tell how to prevent or stop the data from being transmitted. Next. So for our group members, we have Karaig Lawrence Jan, Daria Jan Bernard, Lazada Aldrich James, and Sarmiento Carl Matthew. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.